Hello everyone. I want to give you a quick update from the golf shop as well as golf course maintenance as we transition into our summer maintenance schedule. Our first scheduled closure is the Loch Ness on May 18th. There has been a few questions lately whether we can push back that closure or not. I know many of you are sticking around maybe a little bit longer into the year that you have. Unfortunately, we discussed this at length at our last Green Committee meeting, and it's just not possible due to a couple major factors. First and foremost, a lot of this first procedure is contracted out, and unfortunately the contractor just didn't have any flexibility to go any later in the year. And secondly, the golf course is really ready to be punched and opened up. It needs water, air, and nutrients to get down into the soil on the greens as well as the fairways. But the golf shop team is committed to make sure as we transition from 2 golf courses to 1 that we'll communicate with group leaders, we'll juggle back and forth members. If you look at the tee sheet, you'll see a lot of group play. It will be stacked up a little bit. I know that many of you know that we are group driven, tee time driven, but we're not group exclusive. So what we ask of the membership and the group leaders, if you can know 2-3 days in advance, if you can release some of those tee times, we'll allocate them to other groups. We'll also be tracking how many tee times were given to certain groups versus how many tee times they actually used, and then we can either take a few tee times away from certain groups or add to a few groups that maybe need them. But we feel confidently that if we work together, we can make sure that we can balance the member play, the group play, and everyone can have a great golf experience. As you look behind your house on May 18th, I know you're going to be wondering what's actually going on during this first closure. So I'm going to turn this over to Gabe, and he's going to give you a detailed look about what's going to happen on this first closure.
Thank you, Travis. Appreciate that. Yes, it's getting to that time where we have to start doing our cultural practices here on the Loch Ness starting May 18th. We've got a lot of practices going to go on. We've got aerification to the greens, verticutting to the greens, verticutting the tees, aerifying the tees, verticutting the fairways, aerifying the fairways, and also top dressing the fairways. Now, the aerification of the fairways is contracted out. This company is extremely busy through the summer, as you can imagine, going to all the Florida courses. That's why we booked this back in October. We're also going to top dress the fairways. That's also contracted out. We're going to provide the sand for them, but they're going to come and actually spread it on our fairways at the Loch Ness. This top dressing on the fairway is going to help smooth things out on the fairway and help with drainage as well. During this closure of the loch, we're also going to have a chip go choice application. This is also contracted out. This is to help prevent any kind of mole crickets all summer long. If we do not get this application out, this golf course will be eaten alive by these mole crickets that hit Southwest Florida. You're also going to see some browning on the greens, particularly number 10. We've got a little experiment going on there to get rid of some of this Tiff Grand that has grown on the Tiff Eagle greens. I don't want to explain too much right now. I'm going to say it for another video, but just be aware that we are going to have some browning in some certain areas to try to eliminate some of this Tiff Grand encroachment and contamination. We really got to aerify and open up holes in this golf course. We've had some severe compaction, especially with the multiple carts being used, the excessive wear and tear. It's just time for the Loch Ness to breathe a little bit and get some air down into those roots. We thank you all for your cooperation. If you have any questions, please contact me. Until then, we'll see you next time. Bye.